What's up, everybody? Welcome officially to Super Bowl weekend. This is the Front Yard Fantasy Live Show. I'm your host, Simon, joined as always by my co-host and great friend, John Luke Garofalo. How you doing today, JL?
Oh, just fantastic.
Last
Got to
night,
watch some honors yesterday. Simon, did you know that there's an NFL choir?
Dude, today I was just making my breakfast. So last night, Thursday nights, that's when the new Traders episodes come out, and my wife and I
don't know what that is.
we're in deep in this Traders universe. It's a mix of all these things we love, games and different reality TV shows, and they come together and create this awful drama that's so much fun to watch. So I got to watch the NFL honors this morning while making myself breakfast, driving to my doctor's appointments, and all of a sudden I'm being serenaded by like manly men singing in the most angelic voices. Like it was very clearly like big men singing. Know what I mean? Like you could tell this is a bunch of big, these are big men singing, and it was so lovely. And then I had to rewind and watch it again because I wanted to see the in memoriam that went along with it. And that was a really cool moment from the NFL honor ceremony. And to your question that I didn't answer with all of those words, no, I did not know that. Did you know that?
No, I did not. And it seems awesome. I was like, dang, I wonder if normal people can join. Of course not.
Can you join? I wonder who is in it. I feel like I didn't get a good look at everybody.
I didn't recognize anybody. They all looked vaguely familiar because they all look like old football players.
Yeah, NFL players choir. I'm not seeing anything about who's in it. NFL choir members, 2026 names. Let's see if we can pull any of the names of there. Brian Scott, Cam Newton is in the
in the choir. I didn't see Cam Newton out there.
I don't know if he was up on the stage, but it says he is a member of the NFL players choir. Oh man, Cam, you can sing. I can see it. I can see. You don't wear hats like that if you can't hold a note.
That's true. That kind of confidence. So you'll be like, hey, sing something right now.
And that's a skill. If I could pick a skill that I could suddenly do, I'm not going to lie, dancing's first because that comes up way more often. And I say
feel, it like, of course, that's a no-brainer.
Because every wedding I go to, I feel discomfort on the dance floor.
For real?
Because I feel like people know me and expect me to like being on a dance floor. Know what I mean? Like I like attention. I like fun. I like to move around. I like exercise. And then you put me on a dance floor and boy, am I a different human. Like I'm pointing, I'm waiting for the first second when no one's looking at me where I can just dip and hide in the corner. So I picked dancing first, but then, man, would I love to be able to sing. Like to
Why
be able
are
to
you so afraid of giving the people what they want, Simon?
Because I'm incapable with my body. I don't have the rhythm.
What do you mean you're incapable? You can move your body, right? You listen to music, right?
Yes, but Joe, the dance moves that I pull out,
just move your body to it.
It doesn't come out nice. The way my body moves looks like I'm injured or like I'm in danger, or like I'm being held captive is what it looks like every time I'm dancing.
Is the problem that you're thinking about what other people are thinking about you dancing?
No, I think about their expectations. So maybe a little bit, but I don't think they're necessarily judging me. I know enough about people to know that they're probably more worried about themselves dancing. I think part of it is I also have expectations of myself to hit a certain standard. And I feel like the persona I've created in all of these people's minds, I want to live up to it in all aspects of what I do. It's my same problem with karaoke. Like when I get up on stage, I want it to be a performance, not just fumbling through a song and everyone's like, oh, good job. I want people to like laugh. I want them to cry. Like
I'm unwilling to do the work. I understand.
Exactly. But I have not done the work in either of those categories. So I just feel discomfort.
So it's just an abandoned want that you have, some disembodied want inside of you.
Exactly. Joey said was at his wedding, lots of raising the roof and pointing at other people dancing around him. Yeah, I'm a hype man out on the dance floor. I'm throwing the attention elsewhere.
Were you uncomfortable at your own wedding dancing?
No, to be honest, if you remember, I was in a lot of pain and I had a lot of medication in my body. Every pill that someone gave me to help.
Do that every time. What do you?
Otherwise,
why are we talking about it? If you could just take some pills and be okay.
You're right. Pills fix everything. We got Joey in the chat saying he's going to give out some FYF honors today. Dynasty Dave, hope Toronto's treating you well. Stopping by. Welcome in, my friend.
I remember when he was Toronto Dave.
I know. That's why I say it every time. But you know what? You upgrade and you evolve, and now he's Dynasty Dave.
We keep getting older.
We got Scampers in here. Good afternoon, FYF. And Joey Wright said, and that medication was called vodka.
Vodka!
Yeah, that helped a little bit too right there. Dave said, I'm a horrible dancer too, but when I look at other people dancing, I don't even think about if they're good or bad. I just like that they're moving and having fun. You know what? I gotta take the Dave mindset whenever it comes to this.
I never look up anybody after a wedding. I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you guys. I've never once been like, who is that guy? I need to know. I gotta know who he is because his dancing is just so awkward and terrible.
Who the hell is dancing like that?
You know, the reason I pushed you on it, Simon, is because I was thinking about this, not necessarily in the context of dancing last night, but watching the NFL honors. I feel like I could see now when people are uncomfortable on camera. Like you can see who's natural, who is just a little bit awkward. That little flag football lady that they're like ambassador, she was like flipping in between being confident and then kind of being awkward.
Trevion Henderson's wife did not look happy to be up on that stage speaking kindly about him. She was so nervous. But then you're right, John Hamm, he was loving it. And every time he got like a mixed reaction from the crowd, it felt like it like drove him further. He was like, oh yeah, that hit it exactly how I wanted it to. I loved his little giggles. He was like, I felt like
on like just stepping back before we get too deep into the John Hamm discussion, on like a 1 to 10 opening monologue to award shows, where do you put John Hamm's NFL honors 2026?
It was pretty damn good. We've had some bad ones at
where on the
shows.
Scale, Simon?
I'm thinking, Jay, I'm talking through it.
Okay, talk, think. Sorry.
No, 6.5.
6.5.
Yeah.
You want to stay with that?
I think longer it could have been better. I think he
longer could have been better.
I think he was forced to temper it a little bit. I think he wanted to take the jokes a bit further with the jokes that he gave, but it was really enjoyable. I liked watching it. He impressed me with that opening monologue and took some shots that I thought were pretty funny. And his presence on the stage was kind of goofy in a really fun way. I feel like I usually see him a little bit more like sexy than goofy, but he pulled off like goofy sexy yesterday.
It's like just Don Draper is the sexiest.
100%. It's totally Don Draper.
Yeah.
That's
interesting. That's interesting. I felt like it was more rough than I expected it to be.
Oh, really?
Yeah. John Hamm, I think, is a professional and he can work his way through a cold crowd, but it didn't feel like the crowd was giving him much. It kind of felt like he was maybe expecting that. And also all of his jokes I'd say like most of his jokes felt like almost like obvious jokes or like tropes about specific teams or like storylines. They weren't like his. It was like, like who's going to, like everybody except the NFC South. Ha ha. Yeah. It's like,
right.
Okay.
There was some like cheap jokes where it was just basically
John Hamm or like Roger Goodell writing these jokes.
It was some base level observational comedy. I think the one that got me, and I think it was when they panned to the crowd and saw like some yikes reactions, was the Myles Garrett, Michael Strahan, Terry Bradshaw joke where he was like,
that was the one where you
can look forward to feeding Terry Bradshaw his pills for the rest of your life.
Right.
And I was like, oh man, like just that one alone really pulled me in and made me feel like he wanted to go further, but he was held back by some of the people. I bet that dude had jokes rejected before he got up on that stage.
That was the one joke where I was like, oh, did he go off script there? Because it did feel like
it took the wind out of the room a little bit. Yeah, I like that one. And then I did I always like when you make fun of Jerry Jones in person because you never know how he's going to react. I feel like sometimes he's in on the joke, sometimes he's on the outside, and sometimes he has no clue what's going on. And I couldn't tell what he actually thought there. It could have been any of the three. But it is always funny to poke fun at a man like Jerry Jones as well.
That was a great illustration of the kind of watered down stuff I was talking about too, because he makes the Micah Parsons joke to Jerry Jones. I agree with you about the Jerry Jones point. It was funny to throw it at him and then see him. It's always funny when they pan to the player and they have to like react to it, to whatever the person said. Jerry Jones just smiles and laughs his old face. But
You're right.
What did he say right after that? He said like he makes the joke about Micah Parsons, the Micah Parsons trade, and Jerry Jones like doesn't get it because Jerry Jones is probably happy with that trade. Micah Parsons scores freaking ACL, and
it ended up like working out pretty well. Like you look at it, everyone made fun of him, and the Cowboys team came out on the other side arguably.
That's what I mean.
It actually did work.
It was like
Yeah.
a stale retread joke that he used. That, yeah, I kept feeling that the whole time.
I'll go
Outside
to
of
6.2. After this conversation, I still think above average
Wait.
because I enjoyed it. 5 is the level of like, did I enjoy watching it?
Yeah.
You get a bare minimum 5 if I did. Anything above that is that extra. We'll move it up to a 6.5 with the Myles Garrett, Terry Bradshaw joke, and then we'll knock it down just a little peg for some of those cheap shots back down to 6.2.
You know who I really liked was Bob Odenkirk. I thought he did a fantastic job.
I'm so bad at names. Was that the bald guy?
The Breaking Bad guy who's the Chicago Pope?
Oh, yeah, 100%. 100%.
Yeah. He nailed it, where it felt like John Hamm was kind of like wavering a little bit back and forth on his confidence. Bobby there was just, he didn't give a fuck.
He was dressed as the Pope and he said, maybe I don't believe in God anymore. Like dressed as the Pope on national television. That's a good one.
It just became him and John Hamm yapping, and that was great. John Hamm alone was a little tough, but the yap with Bob was great. Yeah. I got to knock off one of my quotey rounds because it was the Terry Bradshaw Bills one.
My bad. Who was the bald guy in the Browns jersey? I'm going to be honest. I don't know the names.
I wrote down Jeff Apatow. That's not that though. It's Jeffrey Ross. All of a sudden I looked away. Guy, right?
Yeah, I was going to say I looked away and then I looked up and then I was like, who is this guy just like being a fool on stage? Again, full confidence, zero holding back.
He did great. He was kind of like Bob. I kind of forgot about him, but you're right. He just owned it. He just said some shit and owned it. I loved it.
Dame stopping by, pulled it up, it didn't say anything. Said, hi, y'all. A full week of FYF is the best.
So good to see you, Dame.
Good to see you, Dame. Glad to have you in here. Well, John Luke, you said you got some quotes for Quotey McQuoteface. It's just me. It's me versus myself and I. But that's the most embarrassing kind of loss if I lose to myself in this one.
Very true. I don't know the best way to do this.
For those of you who haven't seen this before, it's a game we used to play on the Front Yard Fantasy Morning Show. We've got some quotes. Either fill in the blank or you say who said it. I'm going to let JL determine which of those I need to do on each quote. But there will be an associated question with each of these quotes related to stuff that's going on. I'm imagining NFL honors and Super Bowl, but JL could really throw anything my direction.
Yeah, I didn't.
You did. It's probably NFL honors and Super Bowl. Also, did you hear Kyle Brandt steal my take today on Good Morning Football? How sick and tired he is of talking about Sam Darnold. He said Sam Darnold's name more times than his wife's name in the last 8 years just this week.
That seems like a character problem on his part.
Maybe you should talk about your wife more, Kyle, but I get what he was saying.
Let's see. Can I zoom in on this? There we go. All right, Simon. This is going to be a particularly hard game of Quotey McQuoteface. Round 1. Quotey McQuoteface. I can't wait for you to cheer me on next year when we're out there kicking ass. Who said it, Simon?
I just watched this and I rewatched it to make sure that I didn't hear it incorrectly because I saw people saying this announcement happened and I didn't remember it. This was Matthew Stafford talking directly to his 4 daughters on stage with him and his way of announcing that he's coming back for one more year with the Los Angeles Rams, baby.
Simon, that's absolutely correct. That was Matthew Stafford.
On the sideline
I love the reaction from the guy.
Cheer me on next year when we're out there kicking ass.
McVay and Kuka.
So I'll see
Can you hear it?
Yeah, I can hear it.
Hopefully, I'm not at this.
Look at that! Look at that!
For another game in SoFi. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you.
That was it.
I have to imagine, based on their reaction, that was genuinely the first time they'd heard it. That he'd been debating this and he was using this opportunity to announce, "I'm coming back," and that's sick, man. To win MVP, go up on stage. You've withheld it from the people you're closest to on that organization, dependent on you coming back for another run next year, probably. And there you go. You made it happen.
MVP, Simon. Matthew Stafford, do you think it's warranted? I know we talked about it early in the week and you said you did think it was warranted. So let me rephrase my question. Simon, do you think they should take Matthew Stafford's MVP award away and give it to somebody else?
Absolutely not.
No? I
think you can make arguments that for Drake Maye, and that's why the vote was 24-23 to 2-1, Josh Allen and Justin Herbert. But I think there's arguments to be made for both players, but Stafford was statistically unbelievable, the leader of this team. And I do think like whoever won that that Seahawks-Rams game was going to be the clear favorite in this Super Bowl. We see the Seahawks as the favorite now. The Rams would have been sitting in that same position. I'm a little sad we don't get to watch them in the Super Bowl, honestly. Like them and the Bears were the two teams I had the most fun watching this playoffs, and neither one of them made it. But I'm still excited for the bowl, but I do think so. And it shows you can do anything you put your mind to, even if you have absolutely insane veneers that are difficult to look at, even from a distance. Like even in this little clip, it's hard to look at him.
Is it like does he have to pay extra for it to like not fit his mouth?
I can't wait for you to
I think so.
next year when we're out there kicking.
Yeah, you can see them like poking through his lips.
Yeah, I can't even see it. It's too far away, but
absolutely. JL, are you with Matthew Stafford coming back? Do you think this Rams team is a Super Bowl contender again next year? Or was there some magic this season that's going to be hard to recapture?
No, I mean, what's going to be that different? Even if they have a couple different players who aren't there, it's still going to be the same core pieces. So I'll be worried if I was an NFC team fan.
The only thing I'm curious about that I don't know is what's their O-line situation going into next year. Are they bringing back most of those guys? It was pretty good for most of the year, but Matthew Stafford is old and not particularly mobile and probably doesn't want to get hit. If that O-line breaks down a little bit, you could see the team change drastically. But I have to imagine they're on top of that they are with Matthew Stafford as their quarterback. They're going to prioritize making sure he's protected.
Yeah. I mean, did you consider that Andrew Whitworth might be brought out of retirement?
I didn't. Would that be a good or a bad thing? He might be tired now.
Good, I think.
Good, I think. That, you know what? That's all I'm in. I'm in on Whitworth's comeback.
All right. Joey in here guessing DJ Moore. Incorrect, Joey. Nice try, though.
But it's DJ Moore in our hearts.
They all said a lot of similar things. Oh, you know what? Another thought I had was Michael Strahan should have done this whole thing because Michael Strahan is so much better at hosting than everybody there. I was watching Cam Jordan and somebody else interview him in the pre-show, and I was, oh my God, Michael Strahan's so good. And then he went up there on stage after John Hamm, and I was like, oh my God, he's so much better than John Hamm.
His introduction for Myles Garrett was epic. It got me hyped. And like, I know I love Myles Garrett, but like the whole time he was talking, I was like, oh yeah.
Unreal. That guy went from a professional footballer to a professional broadcaster, professional media personality, like standalone. Separate from the football.
Hall of Fame career in both.
Yeah, crazy. All right, Simon, you got a point. Well done. We're going on to round two. All right, round two, quotey McQuote face. That one almost got me right there. Oh, man. Shoot. I mean, I hope everybody having a good night out there tonight. Simon, who said this?
Ooh, I must have missed this one. I'm trying to place it within some context in the show. That one. Okay. At first I thought it was like someone almost accidentally saying something they shouldn't have, but now I'm reading this differently. It's someone who almost cried, probably. Ooh, that one almost got me right there. Man. Shoot. I mean, I hope everybody having a good night out there tonight. Who almost cried? Who won the Walter Payton Man of the Year and was up there talking about his mom having a stroke and how lovely his dad was to him during that process? I'm forgetting who won the award. I'm going with the Walter Payton Man of the Year. Blank.
Didn't even nail the award right.
the Manning Payton Walter
Manning of the Year award. And that is incorrect. I'm guessing you were trying to guess Bobby Wagner.
I was trying to guess Bobby Wagner.
And that is incorrect. This is Tetairoa McMillan, Simon.
Tetairoa McMillan.
Tetairoa McMillan. Play. Oh no. Don't crop. Play. This is going slow. It's Tetairoa McMillan.
Man, if I would have followed my original logic, I probably would have gotten this one. Based on it. You haven't seen the video of him on the Madden stream this week?
No.
Dropping a couple N-bombs
No.
on the streamer bowl.
No.
He's sitting there with some streamers, and he that's immediately where my mind went. Was like, almost got me. I was thinking like, oh, he almost did it again live on TV. And that was the name that popped in my head. But he was he has had to publicly apologize, and rightfully so, for throwing a couple N-bombs out there on the streamer bowl. And the host sitting there with him was shocked. He jumped up and said it, and she just took her note cards and was like, like covered her mouth and did not know how to respond. She was sitting there like, I am not sure what's going on right now.
No.
But man, if I would have followed my wrong logic, I could have math test my way, like wrong work, right answer, baby.
Yeah, you totally could have shown you. I guess I got to give him the points.
Dude, but this was a much deserved award. And I saw a comment on Reddit last night about him winning this, and it was exactly how I felt. Like, man, I thought Buka had this locked up 6 weeks into the season, and I did too. That looked like a clear-cut offensive rookie of the year. But Tetairoa McMillan just stayed consistent throughout the entire season. And shout out to the Panthers. Since DJ Moore, it's been pretty rough at the wide receiver position for them there. They've got a dude now. They've got a guy. Him and Bryce Young look really cool together. I'm excited to see what they can do. And we got a little Panthers connection, JL, me and you. So I got a soft spot for them always. Their inaugural season was played on our college's campus. They played in Death Valley for a whole season, their very first year while their stadium was being built. So I like me some Panthers. I'll cheer for them unless they're playing the Browns. Unless the Browns are starting Deshaun Watson, then I'll cheer for the Panthers.
Wow, that is such a confusing thread. If you don't know the context, it's just like, what?
Wait, I thought you said you went to Clemson.
Yeah, what? I guess that kind of makes sense when you think about it, even though I didn't want to think about it that much. All right, Simon, you did not get that one correct. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's 1-1.
I get it that you made the argument earlier in the week that he was so consistent that he should be considered for this award, but it just didn't feel right to me.
Who do you think should have gotten it?
I feel like Jackson Dart should have got it.
That team was too bad. That team was too bad.
I mean, the Panthers weren't that bad in the end, but like on the way, it was pretty bad.
It was pretty rough, but they made the playoffs. They almost pulled out a win
because they were in the NFC South.
And now here you go making the John Hamm.
I know. Well, I'm just making the argument. I'm not making it my identity.
You're right.
All right, we're moving on to round 3.
I think he was a deserving winner. Not that there weren't other guys that could have won it, but
yeah.
I only get mad if it's somewhere I'm like, what the hell?
I hate when they go up there and they're like, all the other guys who were up for this award should have also been on this award. No, you won. Shut the hell up.
Own it. I won this award because I'm the best.
Yeah. Oh, this one's that gave me Simon. And it's sad. I don't even think I have the clip pulled for this one. You know what that means, Myles? One day you too can spend the rest of your life making sure Terry Bradshaw takes his pills.
We talked about this one. This was John Hamm talking to referencing the Michael Strahan was the previous owner of the sack record and his buddy in the NFL media.
And the responsibility of managing Terry Bradshaw's old age.
This was the best. That was his best joke of the night for sure.
Yeah. Oh, well, I didn't get the John Lynch joke. Breaking Bad. We don't have to go into it. All right, round 4, Simon. Micah, you know what we went through in the offseason. I'm so grateful for y'all. Y'all been on my heels for the last, I don't know how many years. Simon, who said this?
Micah, you know what we went through in the offseason. I'm so grateful for y'all. Y'all have been on my heels for the last, I don't know how many years. Did you ask me to reread it or did you want me to tell you who said it?
Tell me who said it.
The person who said this was Myles Garrett talking about how these other elite defensive players pushed him in the achievement of this sack record.
Shut up. It's Myles Garrett.
Boom! And check out that sick hat.
I know. The hat was so cool. He
it's not
talks cool. I like how he talks. He's just like, yeah, buddy, this is how I talk, and it's all slow and smooth.
Dude, the fact that he plays Dungeons and Dragons, I want to hear his voice saying the Dungeons and Dragons things. Know what I mean? Like Fireball. Myles Garrett casting a fireball, like I would feel it in the room.
If you ever get off your ass and do NFL D&D, we can invite Myles Garrett to the game and we can hear him say fireball from his own mouth and have him wear the hat on the show.
Oh, he'd have so much fun. Oh, I bet he'd even do a voice for us. I bet he does voices when he plays D&D characters.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Otherwise, be like, that's Myles Garrett.
I think we won't count the one before this, but I think it's 2-1 now. Yeah, I got 2.
I
lost on 1.
One was a throwaway.
Yeah, we're going to not count that one. I'm not taking free points like that.
All right, so your final one, Simon. Round 5. The 2025 AP Coach of the Year is Mike Vrabel.
Mike Verbal. This was the most relatable person to step on stage to me yesterday. Multiple
Really?
things she said, I was like, hey, that's me.
It's because you want to have sex with so many NFL players?
My favorite thing is the fashion shows that they're putting on in there. I always pay attention to their outfits. I also think about if they could lift me up over their head. And sometimes, even though I've heard the name Tyler Shuck 1,000 times, I say Tyler Shao live on air. This was Tiffany Haddish announcing the coach.
She said Shao?
No, she said Verbo.
Verbal.
She said Verbo. And I get it. You know, I know she knows Mike Vrabel's name, but sometimes you get on stage and you're like, oops, I don't know how to say nothing.
I do have the clip so we can hear it.
The 2025 AP Coach of the Year is Mike Vrabel.
Mike Verbal.
I love her.
Look at Kyle Shanahan. Yes. Kyle Shanahan looks dead inside.
Why is his face so red? Why?
Because he just lost to the guy who's not even there.
He looks like this. Like he's squeezing a poop out or something, like he's about to blow again. He's like, do you know what I did with only Brock Purdy, Mac Jones, and CMC this year? He goes, everyone else perished on my team.
Kill me. Oh my God, that's so funny. Well done, Simon. 3 points for you.
I'll take it. Man,
3 out of 5. That's a beat.
When she was talking about the outfits, I was like, you know, that is something I talk about with my wife every week when we're watching. It's like, do you see that outfit? Oh, look how fly he looks. And I always think like, man, if I was an NFL player, I would so be one of the ones that's looking ridiculous and some high fashion shit walking into the stadium every week. Like that would be so much fun to me.
Deion Dawkins making a scene. It feels like that point has been pushed by NFL media too. It feels like a Roger Goodell point too. Who is it? Like Sheree Tompkins, I think, on NFL on Good Morning Football. She'll come in and be like, say the same thing. Like, oh, one of my favorite things is the fashion show we get every time.
Yeah,
I like Matt Collins' fashion show when he just shows up shirtless with his
and no shoes and clinking his bottles.
Yeah,
I was endeared by him, and then now I can't tell, man. Like there's something a little off. I can't quite read it. Not in a bad way.
Kind of like Puka.
Puka's like if you put Mac Hollins like in the shower or something. Like
yeah.
He's got a little bit more finesse to the way that he presents his freak flag. What's up, Craig? Welcome in, my Craig? Friend. Jail, any other moments from that show last night that stood out to you?
No, not a single other one. Oh, you know what? Go for it.
DJ Bijan Robinson. I was not expecting that. I missed them introducing him, and then all of a sudden they cut and they showed, and I was like, wait, is that Bijan Robinson up there? I love that they just filled these roles with NFL players that like randomly, here's Trevor Lawrence on stage announcing an award. There's Bijan Robinson up in the booth DJing and doing a damn good job. It was and then I felt like the production value of this was really high. Like was
there a laugh track? Was there a fake laugh track in there? Because I kept hearing it and I kept like it didn't match up fully. And I'm like,
it felt like if there was, they should have hit it a little harder for John Hamm in the monologue. Know what I mean? Like
it did randomly. It's like not when his jokes were. It felt like his timing was all off. I gotta go back and rewatch this.
And we'll investigate for the laugh track.
Yeah. If there's a laugh track, we definitely need to. It also they kept panning to all the people in the front. The people who were like sitting in the front, some of them were media people, and felt like at points they were like, oh shoot, I gotta do it. I gotta dance or something.
Joe, there was one other thing. We were talking about Matthew Stafford winning the MVP earlier. I gave my thoughts, and I alluded to the fact that it was like 24-23, but then there were 3 votes for other players. There was 2 for Josh Allen and 1 for Justin Herbert. I wanted to get your thoughts on that, specifically in the context of such a close race between the 2 front runners. 47 of the 50 voters agreed that it should be Matthew Stafford or Drake Maye. Do you think there was like a throwaway vote has a lot more impact in the voting whenever there's 2 candidates like this? It's kind of like the 2-party system debate that we have. Like if you vote for a libertarian, you're throwing your vote away in the US election. If you vote for Justin Herbert, are you throwing your vote away? Like, is it okay for these guys to kind of like take a stand and say, I'm voting for Josh Allen, I'm voting for Justin Herbert, even if like the consensus, the overall agreement is like, it's one of these 2 dudes, guys. It felt like
Yeah.
that could have changed the outcome. Like if you make those three guys vote for who they think the MVP was, Drake Maye could have been the MVP. Like if
Yeah.
you say, okay, you can only pick between these two, it could have
Well-
been Drake Maye.
Well, yeah, I think that's fair. I think the thing you got to think about is like every vote could have changed an outcome.
Yeah.
And the second thing is that if it all coalesces around the two players, it's more likely like it's just groupthink. So you can't be like forced into picking these two players. Then we're just picking between which of these two players is the best. If it's like blind voting, you just got to take who gets the most votes out of the blind votes.
I understand the outrage. I understand like where people are coming from with like, man, you wasted a vote on Josh Allen when Drake Maye's in division had a better season. But at the same time, if they believe Josh Allen's the MVP and they've earned the right to have a vote in this, they get to spend it however they like. I do think the Josh Allen ones are a little more egregious than the Herbert one, if we're being honest. Like I liked the guy's defense of the Justin Herbert vote. It made sense. They had the 32nd ranked offensive line and they made it to the playoffs with Justin Herbert. That checks out, man.
It feels like he has the same exact ground to stand on that Josh Allen has to stand on. So I don't see why Justin Herbert would be the throwaway. If anything, Josh Allen should, in my opinion, should be the throwaway because he's working with more.
Joey's not a fan of blind votes. I personally don't believe the blind should be allowed to vote.
That's a controversial take, Joey, and I urge you to reconsider it as your friend.
I also urge you to reconsider that take, Joey. That is not an FYF stance.
Thank you for sharing it, though. This is a safe space.
Craig in here said the rationale for Herbert is not something I would argue with. The guy had valid points.
Herbert just looked gritty this year. I don't know. Like Josh Allen, it felt like became more pretty boy. Justin Herbert got a little more grease on his cheek.
Which is the opposite. That's the LA pretty boy is supposed to be Justin Herbert, and Josh Allen's supposed to be the tough, cold snow guy. Up in Buffalo, busting through tables.
Chest bumps.
Nah,
all those Jimmy chest bumps.
We'll see how that pans out from next year. John Luke, before we go, there's something I've been wanting from you. I want a hyper specific Super Bowl prediction. It doesn't have to be the whole game, but something that you think hyper specifically will happen. Not just score 21-17, Seahawks win, but a storyline, a play, a reaction from a coach, something that you think will occur during this Super Bowl.
I think Stephon Diggs will either catch a game-winning touchdown or he's going to break his leg.
Oh, wow.
One of the two is going to happen in this game. I think he's going to put everything he has into winning this game, and I think it's going to be either one of those two things, and we're going to see what that kind of stress does.
Given 100% either leads to a broken leg or a Super Bowl for Stephon Diggs. Yeah,
the dude, ever since I first met him at 14 years old, he's been calm and confident about what he wants and whatever it is he's doing. I think he could do it. His body, 31-year-old body, we'll see.
I think Sam Darnold in his post-game interview after winning the Super Bowl is going to, for the first time ever, show some serious swag, man. I think he's been hiding it. I think he's had it beaten down. I think he's become a little bit quiet. Like, okay, I just got to prove it. And I think the moment he proves it, like winning that Super Bowl is, you proved it, done. Haters can't say anything anymore. You're a Super Bowl champion quarterback. We're going to see a confidence from Sam Darnold in the way he presents himself in the interviews that we have not seen yet. He might even start singing or drop a couple F-bombs there because he can't even help how excited he is on stage.
It's either going to be one of two ways, Simon. It's going to go one of two ways. He's either going to go the swag route, like way too confident, or
he's just going to start crying.
It's going to be like that old YouTube video, that it's like the what's it called? Intervention clip of the guy who's just like ugly crying. It's gonna be like that.
And
Sam Darnold ugly crying in front of the entire country.
I like your predictions have two legs to them. Like the emotion is strong, so it's either going to be absolute ugly crying or so much swag that we've never seen from Sam Darnold before. I'm a crier, so whenever I see these guys crying, I have such a just big emotion like that activates my tear ducts. If I won a Super Bowl and they tried to say something to me, I would just be bawling. I would just be crying into the microphone. Joe, who did you wish your broken leg on earlier this week?
Who was that? I cannot remember, but it was someone.
Well, we'll see if it happens. Craig
has broken a leg, so I can't. I don't know how bad it is. It could be not that bad.
Craig says DeMarcus Lawrence with a strip sack of Drake Maye. And then also, I'm taking this as a prediction. Darnold wins MVP and comes out in a Ghostbuster suit.
I'm taking that as a prediction. All right. We'll take your prediction, Craig. We'll see if it comes true.
If it comes true, you win one of the 7 Grimace stickers that I purchased this weekend at a mall because I couldn't help it. And they had so many varieties.
Impressive.
Guys, I think that's going to be it for us today as we head into Super Bowl weekend. John Luke, I've had fun doing this every day with you, and everybody watching, I've had fun with you guys joining in the chat.
So good.
Stay tuned to our Twitter at Front Yard FYF. This is going to become more and more consistent as we start figuring out what time works best, what we're doing, how this is going to look in the off season as we approach the season.
Keep you updated.
We'll keep you updated. Front Yard FYF on Twitter. Follow us on YouTube at Front Yard Fantasy and hit that notification
I thought you were going to say
bell.
front Yard FYF on 3.
Front Yard FYF on 3. 1, 2, 3. Front Yard FYF. It works really well on stream.
You got that. Yeah, that's pretty good. We'll work on it.
We'll talk to you guys later. Enjoy your
Bye-bye.
weekend.
Enjoy the
Happy
Super Bowl.
Super Bowl.